Yes, community service learning project. Community service learning is now in social studies in grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9. Pay attention. Grade 7, grade 8, and grade 9. Community service learning is in social studies. But once you get to grade 10, it will be a subject by itself. Community service learning, and it will be compulsory for all the learners. Now, here we have steps followed when conducting a CSLP, that is Community Service Learning Project. We have five major steps to follow when you are conducting what? Community Service Learning Project in the community. Step number 1, it is called identifying a gap in the community. First of all, you have to identify a gap in the community. Remember, we have various ways of identifying a gap in the community, such as giving out questionnaires to the people of the community. You give them questionnaires, they fill in. You can also do classroom discussions there with your members there. You discuss and then you come up. You can also do media analysis. Is one of the ways. And you can also do what you call interviews, or you site visit. You go to the place by yourself and then you see with your eyes. You see how the people are suffering, or what gap in the community, or what problem they have in the community. So number 1 is identifying a gap in the community. That is very important. The first step when you are conducting community service learning project is identifying a gap in the community. Let's go to number 2. Designing solution. Number 2 is designing solution. Designing solution to the identified gap, or to the problem. To the identified. Remember, you have identified a gap in the community, and now you go back with your group members, and now you start designing the solution, the most suitable solution to that gap in the community. So designing the solution, or designing solutions to the gap, to the identified gap. Let me write it here. To the identified gap. Yeah, you can come up with discussions with your members there. You discuss on how you are now going to design your solutions to the problem you have identified in number 1. So after identifying the problem, number 2 is designing solutions. You sit down, you come up with materials, how you are going to do it, designing solutions. Then after that is number 3. Pay attention. Number 3 is planning. Now you come back and now you plan. Remember, if you do not plan, you are planning to fail. So it's very important to plan. So planning on the way. So coming up with the ways on how you are going to solve the problem. So planning to solve. Planning on how to solve the identified or the designed solution, or on how to solve the gap, on how to solve the problem. Let me write problem. On how to solve the problem. You can plan with your members. You write down. There are some forms you need to fill when you are planning, or you can sit down with your members and come into agreement on how this gap in the community is going to be solved well, to benefit the community and also gain skills when you are solving that gap. Then number 3 is implementation. Number 3 is implementation. Implementing. What are you implementing? You are implementing what you have planned. You are implementing your plan. Implementing the plan. The plan. Remember, we have so many ways, 8 steps of them when you're implementing. Next time, I'll take you through implementation of the plan. Implementing the plan. Which plan? The plan that you have designed to solve the gap. Yeah. Now, finally, after implementing the plan, you now come back and see, has the solution satisfied the gap in the community? Is now the community, the problem which was there, is it solved? Then you come back and report, do we have some challenges that we have gone through? Do we have some problems that you have seen? Did members of the community cooperate? How is the feedback? Then that comes as the last stage, which it is reporting and reflecting. It is very important to reflect or to report on what your plan was, on how whether you have achieved the objective or you haven't. Yeah, so this is reporting, and we have reporting and reflecting, reflecting on the implementation of the plan, on the implementation of the plan. So these are the steps that you can use when you are carrying out CSLP. Remember, CSLP is Community Service Learning Project. It is a project, it's work to be done in the field by you as a learner. And the steps are 5. Number 1, identifying a gap in the community. Number 2, designing solution to solve the gap. And number 3, planning to solve. You come down and now plan to solve and then implement your plan. And lastly, report and finalize or evaluate or reflect on the success of your implementation. Very simple.